Alright everyone, Red Bull, red pilled. Red Bull gives you right wings, I suppose. The CEO of Red Bull over in Austria has just unleashed a scathing torrent of hate on the multiculturalists and pro-EU folks there, which is a breath of fresh air. You don't see that very often. People who lead businesses or celebrities, if they weigh in on politics at all and they're not sort of like, they don't isolate themselves, they 9/10 of the time they have a tendency to be like pro-EU if they're over there. They would definitely be pro-far left over here. It's like Viggo Mortensen weighing in. He's like, oh yeah, the Green Party is the way to go. It's like he went further left than the Democrats and sort of even abandoned the neoliberals. And actually at the time, I mean, it was pretty funny because he's basically declaring Clinton to be Sauron and Trump to be Saruman or something like that. I guess Saruman ends up killing Sauron in this timeline and shoving him out of Mordor and taking over for himself. It was funny to watch this because essentially here you've got someone who has ultimately, let's be fair here, a business motive for saying these things. It may not be some deep-seated actual moral argument that he's making so much as, the youth is increasingly moving towards the right. They're not really optimistic about the EU. And in the West, like the United States, you've got all of these sort of alt-right, alt-light, ANCAP, libertarian, techie people who spread everything around the internet whenever somebody weighs in on the EU bad, multiculturalism not working, people self-segregate anyway, stuff like that. Why don't I weigh in on this? It'll make its way onto the internet. Pretty soon I'll be selling more Red Bull. And that's probably what'll happen. He probably took a look at the demographics of people that were drinking it and realized, we've matured as a company. It's no longer a bunch of, teenaged millennials that are still stuck in Obama land that are drinking my product. Now would be a good time to weigh in on politics to get an edge over the competition by forcing them potentially as a reaction, if this goes right, if this is marketed properly, forcing them to weigh in on politics and take the opposite side, which is dying off. They'll kill off their own brands. That's what he's probably trying to do. More power to him, by the way. A great capitalistic exploit there for you. I'm half joking there. But at the same time, it could be that this is more authentic. Maybe he's looking around, looking at his country, seeing it slowly disintegrate. He's like, am I going to be able to make my product here anymore? Or is the EU going to force me to hire people that don't even speak the lingo and won't take direction, and then I can like never fire them because the far left is in charge? It just doesn't work. Yeah, people like this who create a lot of jobs should weigh in more, honestly, if you believe in that sort of thing. People want to be left alone in their lives. Fundamentally, that's a human drive. Leave me alone. I want to take a nap. I want to eat a mango or something. You look back a million years, a bunch of cavemen, that's what they were doing. Leave me alone. I'll pound you with my club if you don't. Go fuck off. Go into the bushes or something. Go hunt a mammoth. Make yourself useful. So yeah, and I'll say this. And this is in no way product placement. I have been paid $0 by the Red Bull company or anybody else. I do like Red Bull. I drink it frequently. I'm kind of addicted to it. I like it best of the energy drinks. It's a little less caffeinated, but the light carbonation makes it easier on the stomach, and I just like the flavor. Like, it was the first energy drink I tried years ago. I think it's good. I like it better than most of them. Monster has some good ones too, like Absolute Zero and the low-carb Monsters. I drink those. Not for dietary reasons, they just honestly taste better. And I used to drink sugar-free NOS, except I can't find it anymore. And I keep bringing this up. It's like, I know that's like the NASCAR fan drink or something like that. I thought it was pretty good, the sugar-free NOS. The sugared NOS, it'll knock you out on your ass with diabetes if you drink it, so I'm not a fan of that. Red Bull, though, it tastes good to me. I like that pink robot piss. Yeah, it's just, it's pretty yummy. So yeah, and then you can make Jaeger bombs out of it. So that just kind of works out. If you want to caffeinate while sedating yourself, yeah, it's some good stuff. You'll probably explode your heart at some point, but it's tasty at least. You'll be happy while you slowly slip into a diabetic coma. But no, yeah, this is a good idea. I can't see any detriment to their CEO weighing in on this, and so now everyone's saying, oh, the official drink of the alt-right or something like that. That's not really the alt-right, it's simply the drink of people who have the common sense to realize that diversity quotas and multiculturalism and bending over backwards for people who really want to kill you doesn't fucking work. You don't have to be far right to understand that. I don't think people are quite getting this through their skulls some of the time. So yeah, I'll keep drinking Red Bull. If anything, maybe I'll drink a little bit more because of this. It's tasty. I wish that Red Bull would sponsor me. They wouldn't even have to pay me. They just have to send me Red Bull. I'd drink it all. No. No, I'm being serious there. I would, for a company like that, probably I would. I mean, I already like their product. So it just sort of works out. I don't think that'll ever actually happen. I don't think I'm quite at the level where I'm going to get that sort of corporate sponsorship. You know, we pay Styx to drink a Red Bull in every video instead of that fucking tree bark coffee that he keeps drinking. I like my coffee. By the way, quick aside, having nothing to do with any of these other issues. Not tea, coffee. Always coffee. If it's a clear liquid, it's probably water. If it's not, it's coffee. I don't put milk in my coffee because that's weak. You have to purge weakness from your body and drink it as bitter as possible until your guts rot out and you become a mad zombie or something like that. I need something more high octane. I double up the coffee that I'm brewing. So that's just what happens. I need higher and higher energy. I've got to work all day. I got to make videos and eat weird foreign foods. Usually I'm a little bit tipsy when I'm doing that too, because I figure if something's a little bit fucked up, I might not have the courage to actually try it out unless I'm a little bit out there as far as my blood alcohol level. It just sort of works. Everybody's happy. And then people can watch the weird swill that I'm eating. But no, I respect the Red Bull CEO for saying this. He should weigh in. More people do need to weigh in on how the EU has failed. Multiculturalism doesn't work. There's no such thing as multiculturalism anyway. There's only replacement. Because people will self-segregate, you're never going to create that homogenized human slop that all of these would-be utopians want anyway. It's never going to happen. One group will always be dominant. That's just the way that humans work. You don't have to like it. You don't have to think it's ethical or moral. It's just the way that things go. And increasingly, in some parts of Europe, you have people who are not European as the majority in some of these urban areas and a few of the smaller town zones. And it's not working. That's what's pushing the Eurosceptic parties to the top. Again, some of them are leftist parties. They'll give more welfare handouts to people, but at the same time, even they reject the EU because they realize it doesn't work. Multiculturalism has failed throughout human history. There has never been a success of multiculturalism. There have been many multiracial societies. There have been many multi-ethnic societies. But there has never been a multicultural society in all of human history that has succeeded. And there never will be one. It's antithetical to reality. That's about all. Peace out.